Hi everyone, good evening. We are Group D and the assigned topic that we will going to discuss is responsibility accounting. The first reporter will be Gumtang.
Responsibility accounting implies that every economic event that affects the organization is the responsibility of and can be traced to an individual manager. Sabi dito, kada may transaction yung organization, may isang manager or may isang manager department na ano dito, responsible. Halimbawa sa sales department, sales manager, sila yung nagko-control ng mga about sa sales, and sila din yung nagba-budget tungkol sa sales, yung mga advertising expenses, yung mga expenses tungkol sa sales, ganun. And then incorporates the fundamental principle that responsibility. Area managers are accountable for items that they control. Ayun na nga, katulad ng anong sinabi ko, halimbawa, yun na nga, sa sales department, kada may sales na magaganap na may transaction, sila yung accountable for that transaction. Dito naman, dito yung sinasabi ko, president, halimbawa, president, magbibigay siya ng budget pababa sa manager unit 2. Bababa siya sa vice president production, and then i-distribute niya sa tatlong manager plant, and then yung kung saan papasok yung manager unit 2, dun i-distribute ni vice president production yung budget, and then ano yon, downward yon, and then pag upward naman is ire-report ni manager unit 2 yung naka-allocate na budget sa kanya, yung actual budget na nagastos, yung performance ng ano, halimbawa sa sales nga, ire-report niya kung magkano yung actual na expenses tungkol sa sales department, ganun.
Setting financial goals, the budget process. So, as part of the duties of responsibility accounting is the setting financial goals in terms of budgeting process. The budget process helps management achieve its financial objectives by establishing measurable goals for each organizational segment. Meaning, kapag na-delegate yung responsibility in each department, they need to set their own budget, which is in line with the organization's budget, so that they could be able to achieve their objectives. This mechanism conveys to the segment managers the standard that senior manager will use for measuring their performance, so the budget information flows downward and becomes increasingly detailed at each lower level, and the performance of information flow will be upward as well as a responsibility report. So ang magiging budget is pababa, and yung pinaka-main budget sa top level management, magkakaroon ng pagbaba ng budget. So yung performance level ay tataas.
Okay, so was shown in the presentation, and you can see naman that there are three departments which mentioned earlier by Gumtang, na VP production, the manager plant, and the VP or the manager production unit. So there are allocated costs na kailangan i-report by department for them to be able to, the budget information. So let's go with the manager production unit first. So as you can see, ito yung pinakasimula ng process nila when it comes to budgeting, since dito nakikita yung materials kung magkano na gastos, labor, and the overhead. Now, yung total amount nun will be directed doon sa manager plan, which is kailangan na din i-compile or kailangan i-allocate lahat ng costs with all of the production unit na meron ng isang company. Once piled up, magkakaroon naman ng info or idedirekta yan sa VP production, which is yun yung magiging amount niya. So that is how the top-down flow or of the budget information. Next reporter, please.
Measuring and reporting performance. So, yung Yung responsibility accounting is, diba, isa siyang way para i-organize or i-track yung mga kung maayos ba yung gawa ng different parts ng company. Una, meron silang siniset na goals and standards sa bawat department or person. Then, iti-check nila regularly kung paano nangyayari yung mga bagay-bagay by looking dun sa specific measures like yung mga perang kinikita at yung mga completed tasks. Kung meron mang difference between dun sa budget at actual or merong variance, need nilang alamin yun at sabihin dun sa mga taong merong kinalaman doon. So, yung information dito sa measuring and reporting performance flows upward as responsibility reports to senior levels ng management. Kumbaga, magpe-perform, i-measure at i-report ng bawat operational segment yung sa manager production unit and vice president. Bukod pa dyan, yung info din sa na sinesend sinesend pataas is mas nasa-summarize. So, yung for example, dito sa figure, dito sa figure ng dito sa figure yung galing manager production unit 2, yung budget dyan, yung sa pinakababa na 1,675,000, yung 100 million, 1,675,000 na yun is divided na siya into materials, labor, and overhead. Sa actual performance, as we can see, merong 1,725,000 naman. So, mas mataas ng 50K, meaning meron silang variance. Ibig sabihin, hindi naabot yung budget limit and hindi na sagutin kung may tanong man si manager plan bakit nagkaroon ng variance or yung sa panggitna. So, yung report na to kasama yung actual budget at yung variance. Then, yung isasend kay manager plan para itotal lahat ng cost na ni-incur. So, si manager plant naman, i-compare din na yung performance ng tatlong production unit na yan. And as we can see, meron dyang variance na 60K since 3.6 million yung budget at 3,760,000 naman yung total na na-incur ng production unit. So, need ding alamin kung bakit ganun. Same sa nauna. Para meron din siyang masasagot if ever nagtanong din si VP Production, which is yung nasa pinakataas naman. So, yung report ni Manager Plant is isasend niya yung sa VP Production para matotal din ni VP Production yung actual performance. So, same process lang din dun sa baba. Next report.
Responsibility Center. To achieve accountability, business entities frequently organize their operations into units called responsibility center. The most common forms of responsibility centers are cost centers, profit centers, and investment centers. Dito po nahati po sa tatlo, cost center, profit center, and investment center na to be discussed by the reporters.
Cost centers. A cost center is an organizational unit with responsibility for cost management within budgetary limits. The performance report for the cost center manager reflects its controllable cost behavior by focusing on budgeted costs, actual costs, and variances from budget. In responsibility accounting, cost centers play a role in tracking and managing costs within an organization. A cost center is a specific department, team, or individual that incurs costs but does not directly generate revenue. The main purpose of the cost centers is to monitor and control expenses, allocate costs to various departments, and assess their performance. Cost centers are responsible for managing and controlling costs related to their specific area of operation, and they are accountable for the resources they use and expected to keep costs within budgeted limits. By tracking expenses and analyzing cost variances, cost centers provide valuable insights into the efficiency and effectiveness of operations. They are often used in larger organizations with multiple departments or divisions. Each cost center is assigned a budget, and managers are responsible for ensuring that costs are managed effectively. This allows organizations to identify areas of excessive spending, implement cost-saving measures, and improve overall financial performance. So, in overall, cost centers play a vital role in responsibility accounting by providing a framework for cost control, performance evaluation, and resource allocation within an organization.
So in the in the figure 821, it shows here the cost center performance report. Since or it was already mentioned by Delig and Billones earlier na when it comes to performance report, it always have the budget allocation, then yung actual cost na nagastos for the materials, direct labor, and controllable overhead. Then it also has the variance, which is the difference between the budget and the actual. So in materials and or for those mentioned which are the materials, direct labor, and the controllable overhead, it has drilling department, milling department, and assembly shift. So yung mga cost ng or yung mga cost nun, kailangan yun i-state or indicate dito sa report for us to be able to identify or determine kung ano ba yung naging performance ng production natin. So, yeah.
So in profit center, a profit center manager has responsibility for both cost control and revenue generation. For example, the local manager of national department store chain may be responsible for decisions about which item of merchandise to stock in the store, what prices to charge, the kind of promotional activities for products, the level of advertising, the size of the staff, and building maintenance and limited capital improvements. So, in responsibility accounting, profit center played play a significant role in tracking and managing both costs and revenues within an organization. A profit center is a specific division, department, or business unit that is responsible for generating revenue and managing costs. The main purpose of profit center is to evaluate the profitability and performance of different segments of the organization. The role of profit center is to focus on generating revenue and maximizing profits. They have the authority to make decisions regarding pricing, product offerings, marketing strategies, and cost management. They generate and the cost they incur. So the importance of profit centers in responsibility accounting, it lies in their ability to measure and evaluate the financial performance of specific business units by analyzing the revenues, costs, and profitability of each profit center. Organizations can identify areas of strength and weaknesses. Profit center provide valuable insights into the efficiency and effectiveness of the different business units. They allow organizations to assess the profitability of specific products or services. This information helps in identifying opportunities for growth, cost reduction, and improving operational efficiency. So in overall, profit centers play a vital role in responsibility accounting by providing a framework for evaluating profitability, measuring performance, and making informed business decisions. They help organizations understand the financial impact of different business units and drive profitability and growth.
Okay, so in the figure 8-22, it just shows the profit statement or yung format ng performance report, especially in profit center. So sales, then ilalas yung cost of goods sold, then makukuha mo yung gross profit. Now for you to be able to measure yung management performance, you also need to deduct the controllable overhead and yung controllable operating expense para makuha mo yung controllable operating profit or the measurement of management performance. Now, hindi lang dyan natatapos yung performance report. You also need to deduct the depreciation on non-controllable fixed asset, para makuha mo yung contribution after non-controllable costs or para ma-measure mo yung profit center performance.
So, dito naman sa investment center, yung investment center naman is like a department sa isang company na yun yung nag-ooperate independently and responsible siya sa revenue, expenses, at yung mga assets and mga decisions sa business na pwede mong apekto din sa success ng isang business. So, yung mga management yung nag-evaluate based sa return investment through increasing ng sales and reducing expenses, investment, and yung mga assets. Yung main goal nito is para palakihin yung kita galing dun sa perang in-invest sa iba't ibang assets. For example, yung taong nag-lead or like division manager, meron siyang malaking responsibility sa business. Like siya yung nagde-decide sa pag-control ng mga gastusin nila and sa paggawa ng product. And siya din yung nagde-decide kung saan sila dapat mag-invest ng pera para kumita sila. Yung performance report naman is isa siyang tool na nakakatulong para ma-assess kung gaano ka-effective yung ginagawa ng investment center and siya yung nagpo-provide ng mga important info about dun sa financial at operational activities ng division. In summary, yung division manager yung parang mini CEO ng division which is siya yung gumagawa ng important choices para masiguro na profitable and nag-add ng values yun sa company. And yung performance report naman is like, para siyang report card. Yun naman yung nagpapakita kung gaano ka-effective yung division sa pag-meet ng financial goals nila.
Okay, so now as you can see in the figure, it's just the same doon sa unang figure na ipapakita or unang figure na pinakita which is the profit center performance sheet. Ang kaibahan lang dito is yung depreciation on non-controllable fixed asset is in the first part ng performance. Now, kasi kukunin mo yung, i-measure mo yung management or yung performance ng management, nandun yung depreciation on non-controllable fixed asset. Wala lang doon yung operating expenses. So, una is sales, ilalas yung cost of goods sold, then makukuha mo yung gross profit. Tapos ilalas mo yung controllable overhead. Also the depreciation on non-controllable fixed asset for you to be able to get the controllable operating profit. Now that is how you measure the management performance. Now if you're going to measure the investment center performance, you will be needing to less as well yung divisional overhead pati yung allocated centralized charges niya para makuha mo yung net income before taxes. Yun lang. So, yun lang siya. Bali, dun lang nakapaloob yung report namin which is the accounting responsibility. Thank you.